Hello and welcome back to the Outside Line. My name's Ash. We are back in Gran Turismo Sport today. Long time no see after a little detour to 1995. What's going on? Well, if you haven't watched this series before, this is Sim Racing Superstar. Superstar I put in air quotes and use with the highest level of sarcasm applicable. Basically, the first series on my channel was all about me trying to see what the gap was between myself, a casual gamer, and some of the best players out there. Found out the gap between myself on 3 different games, F1 2019, Project Cars 2, and this Gran Turismo Sport. The gaps were not good at all, but this was the least bad one, so we have now worked on Gran Turismo Sport to try and close that gap. So we're jumping into a daily race here. We are Group 4 at Dragon Trail Gardens. First time racing here competitively, but have played the track a few times offline. Now, as you can see on the right hand side, I've done 1 lap, and that 1 lap is also my record time, and the clock is ticking down. Yes, I've done that thing again where I've jumped into a daily race with no preparation, something that I have established before I'm not good at doing. The reason why I've done it is because I was actually being sensible and preparing to do my first ever Daily Race C. For those who don't know, Daily Race C is when you have fuel consumption and tyre wear on. Just hadn't done it before, don't know why. So while trying to prepare for that, I jumped into this, waiting for a race to start, and now this mess has occurred. So with a poor qualifying time, we jump into the first race. So still a D rank driver, but I feel like I'm close to ranking up, because I've been regularly getting poles, getting maybe about a 1 win for every event that I try, and we're getting the fastest lap. So maybe some consistent performances and we can get ourselves up to the next rank. Here, just gain as many places as possible, keep it on the road and gain as many places as possible. Something that our Polish friend there did not do. Over-egged it into turn 1 with the cold tyres, easy to do. Through the chicane, heavy braking zone there, chance for some dubious dives, and then it's about getting a good exit down this straight, because obviously if you get better exit here, you've got speed advantage all the way down here. So we've at least negotiated the first few corners without any drama into this tight left-hand hairpin now. Plenty of dives will be seen here today. We're just staying on the back of this group. It's not so bad. If they're fighting each other, we're staying clear of everything. We should do okay. Just need to make sure that we stick to our bit of tarmac and drive the circuit well. Aston Martin getting a little bit out of shape here. Now we can look for maybe a move here. We've got a big, long, like, multi-apex right-hander here, and I have a little look. That door was always going to close. A little bit foolish. Fortunately, doesn't cause anyone any major dramas. Now, you can see someone up ahead making this sort of mistake I did in that qualifying lap, and we have moved up to 8th. I think someone bailed out as well, actually. I think someone actually quit at some point. I might have missed that. But into the final corner. Really messy around that final corner, as you can see. That could be a lot smoother. A solid first lap. 3 places gained. We've got 1.3 seconds on the person behind us, and there are cars just ahead of us. And if once again they will end up fighting each other, so hopefully we'll have opportunities to make some moves. Now, as I mentioned, this is all part of me trying to find out what the gap is between me and the best, and it's like, well, you know, how do you know who the best is? This is a D ranked room. The top ranking is A or even S. As someone else bins it, 7th place, thanks very much. Basically, because of the qualifying leaderboards. My qualifying time can be always compared against the very best qualifying time once the event's ended. I take that gap, drop it into an average, quick maths, and I can see what the average pace gap is between myself and the best drivers in the game. We've done 9 events, and I use the word events because I might do this race, for example, several times, but it's still the same event, still only 1 time gap comes out of it. So I've done 9 events in total. and that is what the gap is at the minute. It's been coming down the past couple of times we've raced, brought it down to 3.6 seconds. As we get, a little bit messy, lose sportsmanship rating there, get thrown across the grass. Thought was going to get a time penalty for that, but incredibly we're okay. And now it's trying to get back onto the Aston Martin again, but I've royally messed up that final corner once again, and we hand the place back. So, another lap, another place gained. Not too bad. Fastest lap there from Maggot Drowner 71. What does that even mean? Also shout out to second place, P-Wiz 48, P-Wiz 48. Okay, anyway, so chasing on the back, fellow Renault Megane trophy driver getting a little bit sideways. And I get right up on the sausage curb, but fortunately still have a better exit, and we are going to get the position off him, but obviously he's on the inside line for this big left-hand hairpin. So who's the last of the late breakers? We go in together, about the same. I leave him a bit of a wide berth here, and because he has to kind of take a very shallow angle, and I think he's been respectful there to leave me some space, we get the place back. So back up to 6th now. And once again, EV cars, a familiar sight to the back of this Aston Martin. And he's gone wide there. And once again, we might be looking at a move into this awkward multi-apex right-hander. He runs wide. 2 wheels. 2 wheels were still on the tarmac, so that cut was okay. He tries to turn into us. We hold our ground and we get the move done there. But this final corner's coming up and not taking it well the first 2 times. Let's see if we can do a little bit better this time round. Just hold it, hug the inside a little bit, just judge it on the throttle, and that's slightly better. It's not probably the quickest, but it's slightly better. But we do have the Aston behind us in the tow, and it's a better straight line speed car, so we've got to try and hold them off until we get to maybe the twisty sections of the track and we can consolidate our 5th place. We started 11th. Really good little drive here, just sticking to our bit of road, keep our heads down, and now, the Aston just gets alongside us. We go sideways, he smashes into us, ghosts out, he gets a 0.5 of a second penalty. We were about to be overtaken by someone else, but they fortunately went to serve their own penalty and disappeared as well. So we're back down to 6th, with what can only be described as a dubious move. Actually, no, it was a shitty move. What was that? Anyway, still chance to get past him, because obviously he's going to serve that penalty in a lap's time, which means if we can be close enough, we'll just drive straight by him. So if there's a chance to make a move earlier, great. If not, we've always got that as a fallback. Now, in addition to the average pace gap that I mentioned before, which will be updated, by the way, in this video with the gap from this race, there's also the other things to track our progress. So, driver rating, we're ranked D, really think we're close to getting a C rank soon. And then, of course, race wins. We've got 5 for the channel in total. They are all from Gran Turismo Sport. Basically, I'm counting the channel wins as any competitive online race. I think to decide what I mean by competitive, is that ranked? How do I apply that across different games? It's not really an issue when I'm only winning on 1 game at the minute, but still, it's at 5, it's all from here. Forget about it. Anyway, we've skipped forward, and as planned, he's ghosted out, we've taken the place. Now, we are in 5th place, and as we turn this left-hand hairpin and come out of the exit, we see a group of cars just ahead of us. Maybe we could get past the Maggot Drowner himself. Real opportunity here, potentially. The fact that we can see 2nd place and we started 11th, and we've not exactly had a clear road either, is not bad at all. Let's just try and keep it tidy through this section, and maybe we could make a move into the final corner. Admittedly, it's not been our best corner, but there's still a chance. 2 seconds behind us now to EV cars in the Aston. We are at least safe. Let's just do nothing too stupid here into this final corner. And Maggot Drowner has gone and drowned his maggots on the final corner. I think he was going for a punt there. I think he was absolutely trying to take out the Swedish driver in third. His loss is our gain. What a drive that is, and we take the fastest lap on the final lap as well. 11th to 4th and a fastest lap. I'll take that and run, thank you very much. I think that's our biggest position raise in a race so far. Lovely stuff. The McGann Trophy. Would have raced in it before. Maybe we can do it again. So, I've come back, I've improved my qualifying time by about 2 seconds, and we qualify 5th. Now, I'm the worst at getting in my own head for things like this, because I'm instantly thinking, well, I've just gained 7 places in the last race, so, you know what 5 minus 7 is? That's right, it's minus 2. Which doesn't make sense. What I mean is I could overtake these guys and potentially win this race. And I'm a sucker for thinking things like that because I immediately get in my own head and naturally don't drive as well. So what I need to do is stop thinking those things and just, again, my bit of road, the cars you've got ahead of you, that's it. So, no real dramas through the first section. Already over a second to the car behind. Let's just get on the back of this group up ahead, see if any fighting breaks out between them. No silly moves into the hairpin. And as we exit though, it looks like the leader has quit out or lost connection for whatever reason. So, bit of a strange one, but we're up to 4th. Alrighty then. I mean, survival is half the battle. Ooh, now get onto that curb. That is a dangerous curb. When I watched the fastest times of qualifying do that lap, people were getting right out onto that curb with real confidence, and to me, didn't have that confidence. There's a worry that if you get over too much, the other side of that curb, you're going out and round. Now, we are right on the back of 3rd place, looking at the move, but I'm kind of only half thinking about it, and actually I'm more bothered than about braking hard enough to make sure I don't hit him. Still, good first lap. Up to 4th, 3rd place is right there. Gap to the leader, going up to about 3 seconds. So if I want to really do some kind of miracle race win, probably need to be maybe dispatching these a little bit quicker. No silly moves just yet, but 3rd place goes in deep, gets really out of shape, and we're up to 3rd. No remarkable moves yet, it has to be said, but just surviving. And in just a few corners we are already right onto the back of the French driver in, I think that's the Huracan. Now I'm not sure why he's indicating. There's only one road. It's not like I'm going to be in any confusion about which way you're going to turn. Don't know if he's doing it to put me off, or just to kind of say, if you're going to go around me, I'm going this side. But he indicates on quite a few corners. If that is some kind of code I'm supposed to understand, other than I'm going this way, yeah, no shit, mate, I know you're going that way, it's where the f***ing track is. Doesn't do it there, he does it on the next couple of corners. Maybe it's when I'm close to him, he's just trying to, I don't know, put me off? Now, sat in the slipstream, fastest lap, hello. And yeah, once again, there we go. Just going this way. Well aware, mate. Now, he gets a little bit out of shape, which means we can try and outbrake in to this chicane, side by side, 2 abreast. He's got the lead, but I've got the inside for the exit. Just managed to hold on, he tucks in, and we've got it done. Up to 2nd place now. Now, the job isn't done, because he's got better straight line speed, he's in the slipstream, and there's always a chance of a dive up to this hairpin. Now, closes in, outbrakes beautifully there, and he just slides through. I go for the cutback, get a little bit overzealous on the accelerator, still one of my Achilles heels, and unfortunately, he's still indicating away there. Yeah, unfortunately, we don't get the move done. But he's inconsistent, to say the least, on the indicators and in taking his corners. So we're still in for a fight here. I again, foolishly, go for that move that I did in race 1, but it didn't work against the Aston. Don't know why I thought it was going to work there. And I come off worst, and I think deservedly so there, to be honest. So now I'm kind of falling back a little bit into no man's land. Skipping ahead to lap 4. Coming round this left-hand hairpin, and once again on the exit, bam! The leader has disappeared again, which means I'm up to second. So that's 2 people have quit out in this race. And imagine what could have been if I'd not done a silly move up the inside. I could have been fighting for the lead, but instead we end up 2 seconds away from a win. But hey, got to be in it to win it. Got to be in it to finish second as well, which is what I did. So yeah. Anyway, this is good. Decent position raises, competitive lap times. I'm convinced I can win one of these. So, we're back again. Best qualifying position so far, in 4th place. Didn't improve on the time from last time as well, I don't think. Still 140.6. Couple of Bugattis ahead of us. Let's see what we can do. Now, we've got a couple races left to go, including this one. But I am going to reveal to you now what the gap was between my time and the best in this event. And it was 3.2 seconds. PR1 Josette, of all the records, it's the second time PR1 Josette's been at the top. That does bring the average down, only a tiny bit though. We are kind of stuck around 3.6 seconds. Still work to be done there. That's that out of the way though. Let's see if we can go and at least win one of these races. And immediately, pandemonium at the hairpin. And just like that, from other people's mess, we have managed to grab second place. We're side by side with another driver, the Italian. He manages to barge his way back through. And if I'm getting barged, I'd just barge out of the way, then smashed at the back end, who were misses, and I mean, at least we're still surviving. So, these 2 guys have now got penalties, so actually, don't need to panic too much, as we can at least get past at the next penalty line. One of them's just kind of gone wide and out anyway, disappearing out of the top 8. So we are, eventually, after a little bit of pinball, up to 3rd. We have Baker's son right behind us, though. Getting a little bit more aggressive in that final corner. Taking it a little bit tighter, much better. And now we just want to stay with this Bugatti up to the penalty line, because that means second place, and we can maybe go hunting Jtez in the lead. Also in a Bugatti, I think. But yeah, like I said, I don't think I've fully defined my... Sorry, sometimes it's so long between me recording the race and recording the voiceover for them. I kind of forget what happens. Forgot that happened. Forgot that if I'd just been a little bit over to the left, I could have maybe got through there. But as it stands, penalty served, and as predicted, up to second. And now we go chasing after Jtez. So yeah, like I said, when it comes to defining wins for the channel, basically I'm talking about online races and competitive online races. By that I don't necessarily mean ranked only, although pretty much every race in Gran Turismo, in the daily races anyway, is ranked. But I mean competitive, I mean like if there's like a field of competitive cars, it's not just, you know, oh, there were 3 people that started the race and 4 quit out. Anyway, remember when I was saying earlier about getting too far over on that curb? Yeah, Muggins over here just went and did it. Tried to carry too much speed through there, trying to hunt down the leader. And I've now lost 2 places and possibly a 3rd. Yep, side by side with Joni Boom. And we're back to 5th now. 1 place lower than where we started, which is a little bit gutting. And then I kind of go very late on the brakes and take evasive action just to not be that guy that rear ends somebody. And that kind of compounds the issue now. Not only 5th, but there is a gap. Skipping ahead, lap 3. We are still with that pack, they're still fighting, and things are getting a little bit tasty. And once again, completely misjudge the run through that corner. Go over, and this time it is. That's terminal for our race hopes, unfortunately. Back down to 10th. What can I say? Just tried to push too hard. And the thing is, typically, for me anyway, once I find I make one mistake, it kind of doubles my chance of making another one in the same race. Partially because I might push too soon with dirty tyres. The other reason being I just push too hard trying to make amends for that mistake. And actually you just need to calm yourself right down and get back into the rhythm. Except that you're probably not going to tear through the field and get back to where you were. It's happened, head down, make the best out of it. Still learning that. It's easy for me to say it now. Now, Patanus, is it? Patanrus? Anyway, whatever. The guy in the Audi got over the curb and made the mistake I did. So, we are back up to 8th at least, and we are getting on the back of Talpix 92. Penalty to serve, so we know what that means. If we don't get the chance beforehand, we'll at least take him there. But we are getting right onto the back of him in the McLaren, so not too bad. Still a few cars just up ahead. Another penalty to be served. I think that's Baker's son. So there are some opportunities to at least pick up some more places. Really competitive races, these. I've really enjoyed them, regardless of the end results. They were fun, which is why I kept coming back for more. That and the chance that, thought I might be able to win one of them. So, 2 penalties being served, and we will pick up 2 places. Obviously, got to our brake on the hairpin. Don't think Baker's son expected me there, so I just took to the grass to get round. And then Talpix, with an absolute humongous dive up the inside of both of us, to now take 6th back. Final lap now, looking at 6th place, realistically. So finishing 2 places down on where we started wouldn't be so bad. Gonna try and make a move on the outside into this right-hander. He gets a little bit bumpy. I hold my ground. Have to tuck him behind. Can maybe do the switch back. He runs a little bit wide. There's a bit of touching there. Touring car-esque bumping. I think it's fine. Don't think we're going to be able to make a move on Fish Face unless he bins it. But I think Talpix was actually a bit angry with me, and he goes to try and take me out. I take evasive action, and as a result, Baker's son gets the double move done on the final corner. Fair play to you. We finished 7th from that one. Bit messy. Got a little bit caught up in the drama, but obviously my own mistakes didn't exactly help there. Now, went back into practice to see if I can just tweak my qualifying time a little bit. I knew from the racing, I worked out that there were places I could pick up time. I seem to get so far in qualifying, set a fastest time, and then when I do the race I find places, maybe from racing into the people, where I can improve my time. And then, as you can see, jumping back into qualifying, I've gone down to a 1:39.5 and we've qualified 2nd. Best qualifying position in this event so far. Huge opportunity. But do remember, I have yet to win a race from lower than pole position. So there's that horrible little record hanging over my head. So immediately we want to just hopefully not get dragged into any nonsense behind us and get after Snake 69 PF. Unfortunately, Snake has got the better exit out of that chicane complex, and only 2/10 behind us is Powerlek. So, will there be any moves coming into the hairpin? As you can see, I've got a little bit defensive here to try and ward that off. Decent exit, no slideys on the power, and we're okay, but already you can tell Snake has got pace and we need to be on it. We need to be on really good race pace, consistent, to get after him. disconcerting that 3/10 behind us. Powerlek is... Oh. And he's immediately looking. We get a little bit sideways into that right-hander, and he's right with us. I think he's got the better run out of this as well, so actually he's going to look at us coming to the final corner. Remember I said earlier in the recording that I don't always remember what happened. Yep, I actually have no idea what's about to happen now, and I've done it. Okay, I think we hold him off. Oh, I've gone a little bit wide. Oh, he's following quite close to us. And we're okay, so we are still second. Now don't get me wrong, I remember the end result, but kind of how we got there, there are parts of it are a blur. Like I say, it takes me a while sometimes to get around to actually making the videos. Get a little bump up the back there from Powerlek. Naughty, naughty. And he's got the run on us into the chicane, outbrakes us, and gets up the inside. Oh, then another trophy. Hiya, Shard. I mean, you kind of got what you deserve there, mate, and we've got a better run out of the chicane coming through there, and we're back up to second. Jeez Louise, okay, I forgot all of that. I forgot all that happened. The gap is now 3.5 seconds to Snake. So that whole thing of wanting to get straight after him and not get caught in the crap behind us, well, yeah, it didn't happen. Gap is now 7/10 to Powerlek, and as we skip forward, it is still 7/10. He's very consistent. Snake, he's pulled ahead a little bit to about 4 seconds, but then I get over the curb on there, but we survive. Just hold it together. That's not holding it together. But in an incredible stroke of luck, at the exact same time that I throw it away, Powerlek does as well. I mean, what are the odds? So, fortunately, out of those incidents, I'm going to get away with second place. I thought I'd done an okay job. You know, I'd stuck with Snake for the most part, but basically got hindered by those first lap incidents. Wasn't quick enough to hunt him down. He clearly had the edge. He's just gone and nicked fastest lap off us on the final lap. We dropped in a 39.7 as well, which isn't too shabby either. So we're going to leave Dragon Trail Gardens without a win, but with some really promising results. In 2 races, massive position gains, got some decent times out there in the end. And as I'm responding to Powerlek, he actually apologised for ramming into me. Good English there. As I'm kind of saying, don't worry about it. Honest mistake, clearly. I haven't noticed. I am now a C-ranked driver. It's finally happened, guys. It's finally happened. Let's see what we can do next time. Like I said, before I started this, I was preparing to do my first ever daily race C. So let's go do that. We'll see you next time. Cheers.